I see you. Amen. Amen. Y'all give his daughter a wonderful round of applause for the strength that she's going to have to stand up here. Bless the Lord.
Dear Heavenly Father, please be with me as I give this eulogy. Give me the strength to speak through me, so that we do not just leave here celebrating the life of my father, but also celebrating the life, death, and resurrection of your son. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. There are hundreds of thousands of words in the English language. But if I could audaciously choose one word to describe my dad, it would be sacrificial. From the earliest years of my life to the end of his, he was an example of sacrifice. He sacrificed his wealth, his time, and even his health. Growing up, after working 8, 9-hour days, my dad would come home and make himself available to me to help me with my homework, listen to me ramble on and on for hours, watch TV, movies with me. And at the time, I really didn't understand the sacrifice until I started working 8-hour days. And when I came home from work, the only thing I wanted to do was eat and go to sleep. And then when I started babysitting my godson, children talking just got on my nerves. I went to my dad and I was like, Dad, how are you able to work a full-time job and come home and be present? And he said he had made up in his mind that once he had me, he would be putting my needs before his. And that didn't just include the basic needs of food, clothes, shelter. He also made it abundantly clear that he cared about my mental and emotional needs. My freshman year of college, not only was I on academic probation, but my second semester, I failed all of my classes except for one. And I was placed on academic dismissal. At the time, I shared everything with my dad, including my password. So he was able to check my grades too. So when I received my final grades for the semester, I just couldn't face him because I knew everything he had sacrificed for my education the last 18 years. I felt like I had let him down. So I went to my best friend's house, and I went to my best friend's house instead of going home, and I turned off my phone. And I was crying, and I talked to my friend for hours, and after she calmed me down, I turned on my phone and I had a voicemail from my dad. Now, I don't remember the exact words of the voicemail, but what I do remember is he wanted me to know that everything was going to be okay, and it wasn't the end of the world, and to please call him because he wanted to make sure that I was okay and that I didn't hurt myself and that we could come up with a plan together for me to move forward. This sacrificial love wasn't just extended to me, but other members of my family, friends, and even strangers. My dad sold my childhood home in 2015. In October of 2018, he received a call infection in his bone, infection in his blood. He was still very weak. And he told him he couldn't remember what exactly was done to the foundation, and that he had given him all the paperwork. But he said, if you need help paying for anything with the foundation, he was willing to help him. And for me, I always wanted my dad to use his money to buy the best mobility aids and equipment. And he would tell me, I just want to make sure you have enough money to live. And I also want to make sure that when I encounter people in need, I'm able to give them something to help them out. I wanted him to use his money so that he could have a comfortable life. And he wanted to use his money to serve other people. Many of us, including myself, would use our money for our own comfort. But my dad reminds me of Paul, who used what God gave him to comfort others. Paul tells the church in Corinth, blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of mercies and the God of all comfort,
Yeah.
Since we have the same spirit of faith, according to what has been written, I believed, and so I spoke. We also believe, and so we also speak, knowing that he who raised the Lord Jesus will raise us also in Jesus and bring us with you into his presence. For it is all for your sake, so that as grace extends to more and more people, it may increase thanksgiving to the glory of God. So we do not lose heart. Though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. For this light, momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison, as we look not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, but the things that are unseen are eternal. This is Paul's description of his emotional life as he was striving to preach the gospel under spiritual opposition. But as I was reading this, I could have easily been reading to you the emotional life of my father.